I'm just gonna put together a couple quick videos on the moon real quick. I ran into somebody yesterday that I gave me like 20 minutes of his time and then another 10 minutes of his time, and I went through the whole spiel with them of what I is I'm not the whole spiel, but a good portion of the spiel, and made a connection with him. Now I've known him for years. I'm not gonna say his name. Hopefully he signed up to a couple of my channels and he's gonna go look at what it is I'm showing you guys. And so I'm going to point out a few things that I was telling him where to start. Because in my opinion, what the hell's going on? In my opinion, it's better to start with the moon and maybe the clouds, and then go to rocks and human skin and you know other areas for the evidence for the proof that I'm explaining. So what I got down here on the computer is a moon photographs that I have that I uploaded or downloaded whatever over the years, and some of these are my own photographs. So there's one on the monitor, and then these are in print. Now the ones that are in print, I have the reverse telescope, which is done with my telescope, and then the what they call a standard telescope. And there's reasons that I won't get into at the moment. That it's important to go back and forth to both, so I'm going to do that a little bit. And I'm going to try to stick with one particular image, I think, for the moment, because it's just so clear. And that's kind of what I was telling this guy, John Doe. John, hey, how's it going, John? Hopefully you come and look at these videos. So what I mentioned to him was cropping tools and how to crop and things like that in my, well, I was giving my spiel, and I'm reaching for a triangular cropping tool as I'm speaking. This actually camera does have pause on it, so I should probably pause it. This one. So I have this as a cropping tool, and it's got different size triangular shapes that I did. Now you could use circular, triangular shapes in order to do this, and when collecting the MNC. Now something I didn't get to tell you, John, was that um, it's all about angles and distances of perspective. I got to mention that maybe once or twice, but not to really let you know how important it is. So angles and distances of perspective, lights and shadows, um, as far as the visual aspects of seeing it all, okay? That's why you see I got these light bulbs going on around me, because I'm controlling my lights and shadows when I'm moving these lights around. And another thing I did get to point out to you, John, was about printing the moon and how I was taking some slack for it, but it's one of the best things you can do for yourself, because it shows you that the camera sees it, the printer sees it. Why the fuck aren't the humans seeing it? Why are the humans not seeing it as you're seeing it? Because what I'm about to show you is undeniable, and I've been not doing this for 6 years now, and what I'm about to show you is undeniable, which means that tens of thousands of people have come to see and seen what it is I'm about to show you, this one particular image I want to bring you in on, and they walked away in denial of what they could see with their own eyes. And this moon is not going to be any different from any other moon that you want to print up. So you can go to NASA's moons. As a matter of fact, some of these moons, I can't specifically say whose they are, but they're all over, all the lying motherfuckers' moons. Moon photos, I should say. And moon videos, for that matter. So, let's see, where should I start? Down here at the computer, I guess. Anyways, I don't know if I'm going to use this one or not. I might end up using it. It is good. See, because what I'm doing is I'm deflecting light from these bulbs with this sheet that I have here back at the moon and bouncing off on the paper. So, as a matter of fact, since I'm right here and since it's so good, the Jesus character that I was telling you about, John, I've been looking at him, looking into him, because he actually, nothing changes into anything. What it is, you're changing your angle and your distance of perspective, and what you're doing, see, I can change my angles, and what happened, and my lights and shadows. So as I'm moving them, then I will get him more clearly for you. Okay, so I'll try to do this with my finger through here. So I, nose right here, mouth down here, got the beard going on. His hair is all back in here, flowing back, okay? So now I'm going to go back and forth and find my angles and distances of perspective to try to get them a little better for you. You can see the colors in the face where it runs off at this particular angle and distance of perspective as I'm moving back and forth. And this is not even the one I'm going to show you. This is the one I'm just happened to come across, and I was telling you about it, so I figured I'd show it to you. But there's an angle for him and that'll get his nose to be exact. And when I say his, I just mean the image of this image right here comes to look like the character that we know of as Jesus Christ in the movies and the books and whatever, right? So I can get that for you and come down and get the exact angle and distance of perspective for you to get that particular image. And he's over here somewhere. He's way over to my left. Something I started pointing out to people when looking at the moon a while back. You'd have to go back to my old moon videos because I do explain a lot, but there's also a couple thousand videos to pour through, so I might as well just explain some of this now right here in a newer video. See these dark areas where it looks like, just like I see all the imagery, but you're just going to look at it as some dark areas around the moon. And then over here, the Sea of Tranquility, we know is lighter in color and all that, right? Well, it goes way deeper than that because it's image within image from the veil to the ground, and the moon is definitely no exception. Something else I did not get to mention to you is that the moon is used for several purposes. Number one, it's the false creator / creator's clock. We can know that by the timelines. I'll show you the timelines in the moon right now as I'm getting into showing you some of these images. And it's also used as a electromagnetic nanocarbon regulator. So what we call our souls are issued to the bio realm, they're done through the moon. The moon issues them. There's a lot of important things about the moon, and I've tried calling out over the time all the psychics and the palm readers and genealogists and whatever the hell you call them. So I've tried calling everybody out, but it's not easy. So the one I am actually going to bring you on, I'm going to get a couple things here. I need a stick. Hold on a minute. I'm going to pause this for a minute. Okay, I just moved the camera back down to the monitor for a minute because it's just easier for me. I don't have I have to set it up on the other stand to do these upper photos, which I will do in a second. But just for this part, I'm going to do it down here. All right, so I'm going to go in a little bit. There we go. That's nice. That's nice. All right, so as I was saying to you, I could put some contrast in there. So that, and this is just up on the monitor. This is not even blown up or anything. I can probably get the actual photograph and do it even better, you know. Because right now it's as a screensaver, so it goes to size. No big deal. I just wanted to point this out. All right. So one of the things I want to tell you about are the timelines. I was explaining to you this guy Wolfie came in when I was doing some videos. He was ranking me out for going in on photographs of the moon and making these claims that I was just showing everybody. It's that fucking simple. It's really easy. We can all see it for ourselves. So for what I'm showing you that we can prove and see for ourselves, I got ranked out, which is fine. It gives me something to do. So anyway, so when he came in, he started getting me at looking at things, and I started changing my cropping tools to this roundish shape. And then because I was going against, as I explained to you, I don't like circles, zeros, O's. I'm totally against them. And it's heartfelt, and I cannot see, it's a human concept. And so anyway, so I did not like to see any roundness to anything. But I had to get over myself, and I had to go with what I was seeing. So what I noticed was these timelines were where I was naturally, my eyes were naturally cropping out the images, okay? And what I noticed is they were being cropped out by these darker lines, sometimes lighter lines. All these lines, they're everywhere, right? But these big ones right here, these were making sense to me to be some kind of timelines for the moon as the moon was going around, because the moon goes around in the way that I told you. And the way that we can see it go around, it doesn't go around, it's not a fucking ball like they claim it is. No one's landing on the moon, not the back of the moon, not the front of the moon. Nobody's landing on the fucking moon, ever. right? It doesn't work that way. So we got to argue all these things as we're going along, and it's just such bullshit. So anyways, full of imagery in here. I could be pointing out image within image within image all over the place, but I'm trying to bring your eyes to just one. So I'm just going to crop them on a timeline, which is right here. He's got this timeline. Now, this one right here is a timeline, this dark line right here. And I'm going to bring him right over to the edge of his face. And I'm going to touch it on the timeline, and then I pull back a little. And I'm doing that for a reason. I'm going up to him and then pulling back a little so that you can see the actual image that was intended. Now, how the false creator/creator set this up when he divided everything, I'm not sure why he needs us to be a little bit away from the timeline, because so we're not disrupting. You see, because the imagery is the true creator's work. We know that because, as I explained to you, the true creator's work is everywhere from the veil to the ground. Where the false creator/creator's work, things are divided. We're all divided from each other. Me from you, the bush from you, the bush from me, that kind of thing. Everything's divided. But we can prove without a doubt that in between that division, the true creator's work exists. As we're growing, right now as I'm talking to you, the matter of fact, the true creator's builders are even building death. When we die, they build our death. So it's pretty incredible that, no one's willing to look at what it is I'm showing you. So back to this guy. So there's all kinds of neat stuff in here to look at, especially right around this area. I'm not even at the perfect angle. I'll bring you down to the perfect angles in a minute. I just want to explain some of this shit. So again, I come up to the timeline. Now there's other timelines going down here from I'll show it to you with the stick. It's kind of a fucky position for me to do this, but let me pull away a little bit. Like I said, come to the timeline, and then I pull away a little bit, right? And it's not perfectly cut because I'm doing a lot of different timelines with these cropping tools. I've shaped them all different sizes and shapes and stuff like that so that I can do just what I'm doing now. So let me get back to this. Okay, so I get them on the timeline, then I pull back a little bit so you can see what I'm going to be shooting for. Now, within this image, which is a human face, there's a lot of detail that I'm going to go over with you in a minute, okay? But he's going to open up. Now, when I change my angles, and I bring my camera over here where the stick is and aiming it this way, then this image now that's going to appear skinny and it's going to fall on this timeline, small skinny face, right? And I'm actually doing is cutting off an eye that once I point it out to you, you might start to recognize what I'm talking about. But when I come from this other angle over here, it's going to open up to this timeline. So they have different timelines for everything. And some timelines stop short. Some timelines go down a different way. So they're cropping different images as the timelines are going through. And as you might expect, what I noticed was what we call the moon shadow, which to let you know in the short of it is the moon is not, it's not the moon shadow. It doesn't work that way. We were lied to about everything. So the moon shadow was the thing that was cropping off these different images when the moon was in different cycles. So as moons were in different cycles, so in other words, that's why the cropping tool goes this way and that way, because sometimes I'm cropping in the opposite direction, whether the moon is waxing or waning. So I realized that, holy shit, so if I come in and I'm waxing and I put it on this timeline, then this particular image, let's say, and remember every image has millions of images within it. I'm not forgetting that, but I'm only starting with these, let's say, what I call the large timelines on the moon, right? So these what I'm calling these, as a matter of fact, that Jesus image, let's get back to him again. So the image I'm telling you, I'm going to take this off for me because it's easier for me to get my angles and distances of perspective, right? I'll get back to the one I was trying to show you in a second, but let me show you the Jesus one too. So I'm going to come up. Now, I don't have my camera zoomed in, or do I? Yes, I do. Okay. So I'm going to bring my camera back out so I can get his face. Let's see where the fuck is he now. Another thing is, because these lights are up here, it's going to hurt me when I'm on the monitor, but let's see. Here we go. And actually, it's the same image that I'm telling you about, but I don't have the Jesus face yet. Actually, what I'm getting is the Native American Indian face. I'm going to come down for him. Just give me a second. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to bring the top of the camera down to his head, the top of his head somewhere. But this is not the Jesus face. This is a different one. But It's the same area, it's the same things being used, but I need to pull out. I'll do it in a second. But eye, nose, mouth, beard on this one. So I lost the Indian one. There we go. There we go. I'll get back to his hair. I'm cropping all the way out to his hair. Okay. Something I noticed just about a year or two ago with this whole area. This is the area with the Jesus face. I still got to keep coming out to get him probably over a little bit. And what I should do is get rid of all this, because anything that's on the side, I'll do that in a second. But anything that comes around here is going to fuck up your view of what it is I'm showing you. I'll try to use the cropper to protect that. But anyways, up here, see this bald area? Because at a certain angle, this character, this image goes bald. Okay, then when you come way the fuck up, and I think it's way over here, that same image, I'm trying to get the black eye out of him. There's the nose widens and he turns black African somewhere in that area. The skin tone goes darker and the afro comes out and this bald area goes away. So it must be this way. I'm going to come up onto these photographs and see if I have because I want to find that one. So hold on a minute. So if I do this, and then which one am I taking out? This one. There we go. I'm moving my oops, ouch, oh, light motherfucker. I'm moving my lights around. Oop. There we go. So I had to move my lights around a little bit, and I'm going to use the lights and shadows to my advantage. Now, this is the other moon. The other one I was showing you, photograph, is over there. This is from the standard telescope, this one. And the reason why I'm moving my... it's not easy doing this by myself. Either let me come down and let's do this. You off, and maybe you back on. Yeah, maybe there. Okay, I'm going to take the cropping tool out of it because otherwise I think I'm going to have too hard of a time. Look at how nice it is with doing this with the light. So again, bouncing the light around back and forth off of there, you can get the imagery to be so nice and clear. That's another nice thing about looking at things in print rather than looking at them on the monitor. Because the monitor is going to send everything out. See what I'm saying? See what I'm doing with the light right there? How I'm getting all the detail and it doesn't glare back at me, down at the bottom of the camera, more than up top. So I'm slowly going because I'm trying to find the sweet spot for the lighting. See what I'm doing with the light? I'm bouncing it back on the photograph of the moon. Now, the guy I'm looking for, his eyes are way up here. So I'm going to keep bouncing light around and see if I can get him to come through that in this way. There we go. See what I'm doing? Bouncing the light back and forth around. So I'll keep doing that. He's got his tongue hanging out, which is right here. And that same tongue and mouth. So yeah, I'm giving you a lot of different images from that same aspect because I'm having a hard time. I have the camera in my hand ready to fall, and then I have the cropping tool in my left hand. It's when I just start looking around without the cropping tool, it'd be easier. But the problem is I'm not able to point at shit. I'm not able to. But you see the clarity in there when I'm moving the light. So there he is. There he is with his eyes looking right at us. Okay. So I can get him way better than this even. But now notice down towards the bottom. There he goes. There he goes. It is that area. That area. I don't have the Jesus character, but still that area is really nice right now. So right now, towards the bottom of the camera, see what I'm doing when I'm reflecting the light back there? All the detail starts popping out. All the little lines that the printer made. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The printer fucking sees it. And the printer uses all of them images. All right, so here he comes. Here he comes. I'm changing my angle slowly. And I'm trying not to bring you everything too much to the right. So if I bring my camera back, I can crop with my camera to try to give you more of the image that I'm trying to bring you into. And then I'll pull back and get you these other ones because it's pretty fucking amazing. I'm going to bring this light up. I'm going to play with this light a little bit as I do this. And then I'm going to bring you back to the original one that I was showing you down here, because this is what I really want to work on. This is the one that I told you I was using the timeline on, okay? So I'm going to go right up to him like this so I can get you his eyes looking right at you. Okay. So you can see he's got the broken tooth. You can see his teeth, the way his mouth's open. You see his tongue here. You see him good? His face is fairly skinny. I'm dropping my top of my camera down onto the top of his head while I got my cropping tool in there, because everything around him, that image that I'm trying to bring you in on, will distract your eyes from the actual image. It will not make it seem as clear or real. As a matter of fact, the cropping tool right now is the wrong cropping tool. You can see the cutoff line for the cropping tool. I'm using this side of the cropping tool instead of this side. And I have a reason for that. But see, here's the one that fits. So there's the cropping tool that fits. See that area? Bang. Right? See what I mean? Because that's one of the timelines. Oh, shush up, stupid radio. Somebody actually just got hit by a motorcycle. Not that one. The motorcycle went away in an ambulance. So anyway, so you got the timelines like this. So I go in and I find the top of his head. Now he's got so many images within him, including hairdos, including horns. So let me see if I can get the horns for you. I'm going to come in over here. Coming slowly in. Grabbing his chin all the way down with the goatee. And I'm dropping on top of my camera right on top of where his horns are. Give me a second. No body imagery with this that I've ever noticed. I've never seen any body. I'll show you some of the body imagery later. But right now, I got his eyes looking pretty clearly at you, at the camera. So as I do, I'm going to bring my camera over to the right to crop the rest of it out. And you'll see how much better you can see him when I try to crop everybody else out of it. And you see the way the lights and shadows are working. See? Human face, evil looking motherfucker. Okay? So that whole same area, I'm going to keep backing out. And as I'm backing out, you can see what's going on. Now you'll start to bring in some of these other images around it. You can try not to, and I'll try to bring you along, because this image now is going to open up. And I'm going to bring my camera over to the right. And you're going to notice that his eye just widened all the way to here. Now we're working on an entire different image. He goes K9. Just from that little bit of a move. Just from here. So you see, the further I go left, the more you can see even the human features all change. Now I'm coming out. Now I'm going over. And I'm going to keep going over. And I'm going to keep going over. And I know it gets confusing because we just passed thousands of different images probably. So now I go back with my cropper so I can get your eyes back locked into what I'm trying to show you. I come in and out, down. Don't say it because my things get deleted. If you say anything on that scanner, my videos will get fucked up. Thank you. I didn't turn the volume down, so now they'll YouTube actually copyright strikes the shit. All right, so I go over to here, and what you're gonna notice is that the forehead all opens up to here. You got a different hairdo going on, and his face widens, and it comes all the way down to here, and then we get a canine look out of this area, in a lot of different directions, and different size canine. So give me a second, and I may even do is put. Yeah, we're not gonna listen to this, so we're gonna go over here and come up here. So this is the other side. This is the other one. And I don't know how we're going to do this. Let's see. So I'll find my eyes first because it's just easier for me. There he is. All right. So maybe if I do this. This got my lights a little bit in the wrong place, really. I just had him with my eyes. Here he is. Okay. Right here. All right, so here he is right here. So I'm going to come way over to the right because that's the skinny guy look. And I may have to change some lighting around. Give me a second. All right, so look at how good I can get him with bouncing the light around. All right, so that is more the human face, but it's not the skinny one. Maybe he's going to be more down here. Let me see. It may be the... Yeah, I may have to change the light around. But still, it's nice to do this to show you how much detail you can get by playing with the light and bringing the lights back and forth like this. Even me, I'm still getting used to this because, like I said, I just realized how I could use the lights rather than just the cropper. The cropper being considered the shadow in all of this. And then when I realized that I could bounce the light around like this, it got so much better. And let's see if I can get the Jesus character better here too. Yeah. Move the cropper slower, and then whether the cropper's in front of the light or behind the light. All right, so back over to this one. Let me do it on this one instead. Let's see, because this one was better light. All right, so here he is. This is the same direction now, too. This is also with a reverse telescope. So there's his tongue. I got a light bumping into my arm, so I can't get over there. Let me see. Yeah, there's the skinny guy with the broken teeth. There's his goatee. Wait a second. I'd like to be able to do that whole light bouncing back, but it's not working. Let me see. Well, at least he's staying skinny there on this one. And then you can see where he gets fatter. Right here. Eye gets wider. And there's something that's bothering me with this. What the hell is this bothering me? She is facing that way. Look at something here. I could put a red filter on, which would also be better too, but that's okay. I think I'm getting everything that I need to get here. I'm going to bring this around here so I can get it on this one a little better. Look for his tongue. It's right here. He's right here. Right there. Yeah. I'm sorry I'm doing this with the light because I'm trying to... I'm trying to get him different. Let me see. I'm always coming up this way for him. Alright, so here's the timeline for... Anyways, the same timeline on the opposite direction moon. You got one eye here, nose here, mouth ear open. Right there. Just let me see something. Just be patient for a few minutes. I'm always learning something new myself. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Lights and shadows, lights and shadows. It's just pretty fat on this side when I'm coming from the outside. So if I go to the inside, okay, there isn't a full human fat face, but if I put, there he is. So okay, with the hairdo and everything, but as soon as I put my cropper in there, I start losing the lights and shadows. And again, I have my there we go. There's a big fat human face. He's not even canine because you can see the hairdo on him, real good. I'm still talking about the image, the area with the tongue hanging out, and it does look like his tooth is still broken at this angle too. And I'm changing my angles a little bit and coming around them this way. Okay, so just keep in mind the tongue, the teeth, all that shit, right? Because I'm having a hard time getting them to go skinny on this one. And I'm sure it has to do with the light. Because I probably should be falling on this timeline right here to get them to go skinny. And I can't without throwing the light all over the fucking place because of the... You see? Oops. Let's see. Yeah, I'm having a hard time getting him to go skinny. So my angle for him to go skinny is right there. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. So no big deal. So I just wanted to do that. I wanted to make a quick video of that. It's only a 33-minute video. And I'm going to start going in at the moon. I don't know, as time permits, I'll start doing some moon videos. I got some moon videos on all three of my channels that I want to keep running through. And I'll kind of do the same thing I'm doing now, maybe with less explanation. Because again, I don't know what the fuck's going on with YouTube, man. I do know what's going on, but just don't know how long it's all going to last. So that's the image that I want to just concentrate on in this video here. That's easy to find. And that's what I was saying about the dark shadowy colors. So if you got a reverse telescope, you're going to be looking for him over to the left. I have all kinds of moon clocks things and models that I've made and all kinds of different shit. I just don't go through it all because no one really seems to have any interest in what I'm showing them. So it's kind of sucks. I mean, if anybody had any real interest in what I was doing, it'd be a different story. I don't mind going in on those things and explaining them and showing you how to go see them for yourselves, because there was a lot that I wanted to say yesterday that of course I don't get to say. Another one I started to tell you about and I got cut off was the trees. So I went, at one time I went to the Quabbin. I went to the Quabbin where they have all of the photographs on plaques. So they have all these photographs on plaques over at the Quabbin. And look how good you can get at them. So I mean, how good you can get them, it's nice. So once you go get him and you start identifying him, his hair, the horns, get everything in there, get broken teeth. He's got many angles and distances that there's nothing wrong with his teeth. His teeth are perfectly fine from some angles, you know, when you pick him up. Of course, other things will change as well. They go back and forth from being canine, human, come in, come out, all that kind of shit. Millions and millions of images all around here. I don't mean to just stay on only this one, but it's the one that I like to usually start people out on, because once they find it, it's easy to find because of the timelines are easy to spot. It's fairly easy to recognize, go in on it. There's enough detail to it to make people second guess everything they've ever heard, learned, thought, taught, programmed. I like that because we all should be doing that. Okay, so I did a research, and I'll try to get into the videos of them with you. I'm just calling you John Doe for now, because I don't know you want me to use your name or not. I don't want to get you upset. Okay, so that same tongue sticking out, right? Same area of this guy. You can see him? He's right there. So using that same area, here's the tongue, gets smaller, comes up here. See the little Jesus nose? See the mustache right here? See the eye, and the hairdo that going all around here? If I do this for you, see that one? Trying to get out of that. There we go. I'm trying to fuck around and get my lights just right. Here we go. There we go. Here goes the hair splashing over to the left. His left, our right. Camera right. So yeah, you got to get him just right. There we go. So anyways, the trees, John Doe. The trees was all fucking lied to, because everything, when we realize that everything is feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast, you're going to realize that everything that came after the feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast was from humans dividing out of ourselves. So, yeah, there are biblical stories about the Garden of Eden and things like that, and there are truths to them, but then truths have been misconstrued and taken the wrong way and presented the wrong way and all this. So you don't need to. What I'm trying to show you will give you the evidence for all those things that I don't have to prove to you, because once you go and look at the system, see it for what it is, then all those things you'll just get it. You just get it. You're like, oh shit, all right, now I see. Now I see how it was like a double fudge. You know, it's a double fuck job. You know, they lied to us about the first thing so that we don't question the real thing, no matter what it might be. So I want to mention these few things. So the trees were not even here. Okay, so the trees are not part of the true creators build, and nor are they a part of the false creator/creators build. How do we know that? Because when we're looking through the imagery, it would be easy enough to see some pine trees. It was easy enough to see some bushes or whatever, and all the imagery is feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast from the veil to the ground over and over. There is no up, down, left, right, backward, forward, in or out. There is no such thing in the true creator's work, because as I explained to you, everything is one. It's all one. So in the true creator's work, everything is all one. So therefore, there is no up, down, left, right, backward, forward, in or out, because all those things are the same in the true creator system. Now, I have built models. I have models of the system. Maybe, again, if someone has interest, I'll get into explaining the models, but I think it's better to go see it first, and then this way, when you see it first, then you'll understand the model a lot better, okay? And then, so I wanted to mention that in this video about the trees. The trees were not even here, man. We can go do a quick research, you and I, right around the area here, and we can do a quick research. Take maybe a week, 1 week, just with some little bit of foot traffic, with some paperwork, and I'll show you and prove to you 100% that nowhere around here where there's shit for trees. As of 300 years ago, 250, 300 years ago, there were no fucking trees here. So very little, let me put it that way, to be literal about it. Very little trees, because there's photograph evidence, there's lithograph evidence of that statement. It's not a blank statement. So I can prove that to you, and that also will tell you a lot. And we want to know the reason why there were no trees before and why all of a sudden we would want this many trees. It has to do with controlling the current. They're controlling the current at the ground level and making us all feel like shit for, however long they've been working on that. But it hasn't even been that long. That's the funny thing about the trees. The bushes, yes. Grass, yes. These things were created by humans dividing Adam a long, long time ago. And maybe it was even done accidentally in order to do that. But we were much more electrical at that time. We're still very electrical. We just deny our electrical abilities, and we claim that everything is a bio factor, and everything has to do with the bio realm rather than the a lot of action going on that fucking scanner today. So yeah, we're the ones that fuck it all up. So when I start going in on the moon, I'll start moving the light around, bringing the light in on things, and using it to crop images. There he is again. And I'll start doing this so I can show you. So by using this light bulb, and see how I'm bringing the light's glare right up to there. Now there's a glare because I have a plastic laminate over these moon photos. That also helps with the reflective ability of the photographs. It does help me. So now here I go. I can drop the reflection right there on the timeline, because there's the timeline. So I drop the reflection beep right there, and then I take my camera, go down, and I can get them again better. Go in and out. Go back and forth. I don't want to lose my timeline. Now I can get them fatter, just like on the other one, right? Now he's gotten actually canine, in my opinion, right there. The nose got wide. The jaw comes down, gets longer, that kind of thing. I'll come back up this way. Now he's using this timeline on this side, and that's why he looks skinnier. Once I go out to this timeline, it comes to that canine look, see? His eye even goes out. So as I move my angles and distances of perspective, I can get him to go from canine to human. Canine, for the most part, human. And then if I want to take off different portions of them, see how this area right here is dark? So watch this. Timeline. Coming in the opposite direction. So watch. I'm going to drop it right before the timeline. See? Goes back to human with a mustache and beard and a hairdo. A different hairdo. And then we got an ear here that also works. I believe that works as a horn. When I come down here, those are what's working as the horn. Yeah. All kinds of shit going on in there. All kinds of shit. And everyone believes that we had a moon landing and the president was talking to the fucking aluminum foil rockets and all the stupid shit that the 7.8 billion zombie slaves all pretend to believe in. Because there's no fucking way we're all that dumb that we believe in this bullshit that we were told all our lives. There's just no way. There's no way. I have not met anybody. Everybody is super intelligent, educated. And that's the problem. That becomes the problem. What we call education. And everybody will say it's the opposite. No, no, no. If you admit that you can see what you can see and say, it's fucking fuck me, man. Then I'm the bad guy. I'm the fucking bad guy. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to zoom in on him a little bit. On that area again. And just let you look at them. Maybe I'll put a filter on. I only got a few minutes left. It's already 45-minute video, I believe. Yep. So I only got 2 minutes left anyway. And the videos that I made while I was talking to you yesterday, John, they all got deleted from my phone. And they do that to me sometimes. I waste a lot of time shooting the shit with this camera, and then the videos get deleted on me. And I don't even make it for an upload. That's why I uploaded an extra video that I had from the day before that I uploaded to the Right to Reality channel, and I ended up uploading it over here on the Michael Oziak channel because I didn't have nothing else to upload. They fucking deleted 3 of my good videos. So now here I am back on this camera again. I rebooted it. I reset the card and all that kind of shit, and it still did not say, do you want to use the extra memory and change the memory. It didn't ask me that option, so I don't even know if this video will even go up. It might just get deleted as well. So I'll try to make a few moon videos over the next few days or something like that, and get those up so I can try to impress onto you about the moon. Not that you're all that highly interested, but I mean I've got thousands of videos up already talking about the moon. At least probably 800 videos about the moon. So if you look around in there and stuff like that, you'll find a lot of shit. But I mean, I don't want to like to bore people away either. I'm not an entertainer, as I was saying. Not an entertainer, so I don't want to bore anybody. What's that? 46. I think I'm out of time. All right, I'll be back.